Okay, here we go. It's Sunday, the first day of football season, and Matt is all excited. So I have to make this quick. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just run through some topics. We're gonna talk a little bit about some. Why can't I delete you? Pin to start. No, I don't want to pin that to start. Um. So we're gonna be talking about just some random things that we wanted to talk about and talk about some just some other stuff that we would like to speak about. One being, what is have you done anything as far as why am I drawing a blank? Because all I really want to talk about right now is either like football or something other than tech today for some reason, because that's really all I want to talk about. And I realize that's not the focus of the show here. But have you been playing any other games lately other than Ghost of Tsushima and maybe some random like PC games? Have you been playing a lot of Hunt?
In some games of Hunt.
Okay. Have you been playing the quick play? Or have you been
Yeah,
going in and playing like the hardcore mode? You've been playing bounties. Because I've been going in and playing quick play a little bit. Just
yeah.
trying to just trying to figure the game out. Like that's been my number one issue is I've been trying to figure it out. Because it's not like we've said before, it's not like your typical, battle royale. It's a lot more than that. It's like a survival slash collection slash stuff like that kind of game where you can buy and sell things and you can hold things in your inventory and you can do stuff like that. And it's challenging. It's it's actually really good. I like the look of the game. The game looks fantastic for what it is. And I guess I just enjoy playing the game, but it's extremely punishing if you're not very good at it. It's extremely punishing. um and I guess we've been playing that for how long have we been playing that? Um
Long as you think.
well, I can look it up on Steam right now. Oh, I've only got about 10 hours in. 10 total hours. But I think we've been playing this game on and off for like a month and a half, 2 months now.
Well, yeah, on and off 2 months.
Yeah. So, and this game now has update support. So they've been doing a lot of updates with it too. Um so they've been making it better. Let's just put it that way. They've been making it better. Um which is good. Um but the other thing I wanted to bring up is I've been going back and I've been playing a lot of Insurgency Sandstorm too. I have um I've got 22 hours. I've got 22 hours in Insurgency now, which Insurgency is fun. Like it really is. It's fun, but it's not really grabbing my interest as much as other games have. You know, the challenging parts of it don't grab my attention as much as, like, let's say, because I started playing Escape from Tarkov, and that game has been keeping my attention pretty well lately, and that game is actually a lot of fun. Never mind what any of the other, all the controversial stuff and the things that the developers said. Never mind that. Let's just focus on just the game itself. The game itself is a lot of fun. But it's what you would call challenging. Let's just put it that way. Escape from Tarkov is challenging. So, and it's extremely punishing. But nonetheless, it's worth playing through. It is a good game. It's worth trying it. Again, it's another one of those survival like collection kind of games. There isn't really a defined direction. But yeah.
Have you won a game?
Have I won a game in Escape from Tarkov yet?
Yes.
There's no such thing as winning a game in Escape from Tarkov. You can spend as much time in the server as you want, but you can also extract whenever you want.
Oh, that's okay. So there's no okay.
There's no competitive aspect to it.
Yeah, I don't know if that. Oh boy. So that feels more like a Fallout game.
Not really.
What do you mean? That's basically the same thing. It's basically a game that you just do whatever you want.
But there's no storyline to it.
Yeah, but in the Fallout, you don't have to have a storyline either.
It's all about Escape from Tarkov is all about collecting materials. It's all about going in and going into a map and then taking scabs, finding cache points, and finding like access keys, and that's what that's all about. It's not necessarily about, and you can go in teams, and you can go in and as a solo and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really hardcore, and it's a lot of fun. You just have to be careful though, because the game has what I like to call a special ed cheat mechanism. They really the community really polices itself. Let's just put it that way. I don't know who they're using as their anti-cheat, but I swear I thought I was killed by a cheater like a couple days ago, because it seemed like he was so on point. You know, it just seemed too quick for me. Like it was weird. But I was like, I thought you guys were like on top of that. So I don't know, but it felt really weird how quickly he downed me and how quickly he found me. It just something about it didn't seem quite right. But who knows? Maybe they are totally taking. Maybe they are banning players. And maybe they do have a really good anti-cheat system. But it just seemed like someone slipped through the cracks.
Is it unlimited in a server? How many players can be in one server?
I think you can have up to 50 to 100 players, I think. Maybe it's more than that. Might actually be less. But yeah, I think it's like 50 or 100 players. Yeah, these
Because
maps
if they're
are.
not, man, that's a map right there.
Yeah, the maps are really big. But the biggest thing about Escape from Tarkov is that um it's extremely there's a lot of cover, there's a lot of brush, there's a lot of rocks to hide under or hide behind. There's a lot of points where you can really take uh, a lot of where you can take a lot of cover. Let's just put it that way. You really do. You have a lot of cover, and it makes it really easy to just like sneak around. And unless you're really paying attention to your surroundings, it's um, it's really hard to spot people if you're not paying attention. So, um, which is why those servers, like, there's no, like, you can basically call a successful extraction a win, because it's hard to stay in the server long enough for you not to die in an extraction attempt. It's really hard. I will tell you that right now. It is extremely hard to go in, get what you need, extract, and not get killed at the end. It's it's tough. I've only had like 2, maybe 3 successful extractions. Yeah. Yeah, like 2 or 3. And I got in, killed 2 or 3 players, looted them, and then got out. If you go in quick, get some loot, and then leave, you can get lucky. But it's really hard to get that lucky. Just saying, it's really hard to get that lucky. Because normally you'll die. Normally you'll die on your way to an extraction. Normally that's the way that one happens. Is you'll be like halfway between. You'll be halfway between where you need to be. You'll be halfway between the extraction and, you'll be halfway between your last kill and the extraction, and then you'll just die because someone will be behind you.
Can't you hear him though? Because I heard that has amazing sound.
Yep. Yeah, the directional sound is really, really good. And it's not impossible to hear them. But and there is a but here. But if, like I said, there's also a lot of ambient sound as well. And that ambient sound is what really fucks you up. So yeah, it's not totally it's how do I put this? Um it's really, really, really difficult to know where everybody is. Really difficult to know where everybody is. Like, you can crank your sound up in your headset as loud as you want, but unless you can very clearly pick out those but if you can very clearly pick out those footsteps from like a mile away, it's tough. It's really tough.
Worries me, dude. I don't like people like playing that then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's a non-competitive it's non-competitive survival, and people like playing it because it's just it's just a challenge between you and somebody else. It has nothing to do with winning or losing. You're just
Well, it's not even about that. It's not even about challenging another person because, like you said, it's not trying to see who survives the longest. It's who gets the stuff and then leave.
yeah. Yeah, but you can also take a penalty for extracting too early.
Okay, but still, that's not. That's then surviving. That's not really like it's not really about going and taking out the next person. If you're sneaky enough,
Mm-hmm.
you can beat the game. You can, you know, in their sense, beat the game. Um, so I don't understand.
I don't know. You'd
I
have to
find that
play
kind of
it.
boring. I find that kind of boring too. Like that's all you're gonna do.
Honestly, you'd have to play it to you just have to try it. And I promise you'd like it because you wouldn't have people up your ass the entire time you're playing. Like that's the thing about it is that you don't have people up your ass the entire time you're playing because you're not playing to an end game winner deal. You're playing for resources, which is which is why people which is why you have a lot smarter players. So I'm just yeah, that's kind of my whole deal with that is I can understand why you would have an aversion to it, but the reason why it's so much fun is because it really is. It's like this resource gathering. It's very non-competitive. That's what it's all about. So you have people that are taking engagements that they either know they can win or they or they're just trying to you just have a lot smarter player playing at that point because they're going to judge something tactically. Also, there's a huge skill gap in that game. You're either really good or you're really bad. There is no middle ground. There is absolutely no middle ground. So yeah, I mean, there's a big skill gap there. So
Any other games that like adventure games that you've played?
um if you're referring to Death Stranding, no. I haven't started that game yet. I've been trying to carve out the time to play that game, but I don't think I'm going to have the time to really sit down and play that game till after fall. Because I would like to sit down and really dig into that game. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to just really sit down with it, even though I'd love to. I really would. I'd love to play that game. I would love to see what it looks like on PC, but there again, like I said, dude, I want to be able to sit down and play that game in chunks and then stream it because I think that would be the most entertaining way to play that game because it would also keep me playing is the thing too is like that would really keep me playing but yeah I I haven't really sat down and played much of anything else because it's as much as you may not like Escape from Tarkov, and I totally get why you don't like it, or if you have a problem with it, I get it. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, because you're not. There are some things about it that are really annoying. It's actually just a lot of fun if you just give it a chance.
The server times are less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're going down. There's more people. I'm going to tell you something that for some reason the makers of Call of Duty just don't want to admit, and it's players are leaving in droves because skill-based matchmaking is pissing people off. And there's a lot of PC players that are going to PC-only games.
I'm going to challenge you on that. When the new game comes out, right? Let's see if it breaks records. I'm going to challenge you on that one.
You see, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to...
Call of Duty comes out. Well, that's in November?
November. Yeah, November.
I'm going to challenge you. Do you think it'll be record-breaking, or do you think it'd be close, or do you think it'd be in decline?
I don't think it'll be in decline, because I do know that there's still a lot of people that are going to at least buy it and then try it and play it. But it's not going to have the staying power. I don't think the numbers will last a whole year. I don't think the numbers...
I'm just saying, are they going to have record-breaking, where you're saying people are always been playing it because it's going to be the same kind of system. Okay, it's not going to change that way. And I want to see if you're right. I'm curious about this. Because if you're right, then they would have to change it.
I don't know. I don't really have a good line on that. Just simply because here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people out there.
Look, I'm trying to be the objective person here. You know I am.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, because I don't play much of the multiplayer, so I don't have a stake in this as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious if you're right, because I want you to be right.
I don't want SBMM to be a thing for much longer. I'm really sick and tired of it. And I understand that there's people out there that have this, I need to play Call of Duty because that's like the only game I'm interested in, even though they suck at it. And it's like, dude, there's other games out there. Why do you keep banging your head against the wall? But for some reason, like, that's just what... Like, that's just what people want to play, and I don't understand it. But anyways, my whole thing is I am really, really, really sick and tired of when people suck, and that's going to be a majority of people, that they start complaining that they want the good players to go in their own little group and then the bad players in another group. Like, I'm sick and tired of that. Because there's
that's a lot of majority like that, though, Nick.
Yeah, I understand that, because they refuse to admit that there are other games out there that they could be playing, so therefore they're going to punish people for their bad behavior, for their terrible play, and they're going to have them put out a game, or they're going to have them put out a new mechanic and put it in a game totally untested because he quick scoped me from across the map.
Dude, I'd like you to tell me a game, mainstream, not from a studio that just popped up from the internet. A mainstream that can challenge Call of Duty, because I just don't think there will be anyone anytime soon, and I think, unfortunately, you're gonna have to suffer. That's my opinion.
I hope not for much longer, because I know that a lot of I don't know the numbers on how many people that are, like lower skill level, not content creators like myself, and not, people that play this stuff very regularly. I don't know. I know most of the people that I play with, it's becoming extremely sparse for them to be online on Call of Duty. Like, we've all kind of gone our own way and played other games, because everybody in my group is in that, like, middle level where we're all good enough to be playing with good players, but we're not good enough to be playing with the top tier. So SBMM keeps throwing us in, like, the top tier because we all have a KD over 1. So we'll be playing in these lobbies of people that like you even look at them and they take you out.
Well, what's your option though? Then
Go play other games.
okay, but that's such a vague statement. What do you mean by that?
What I'm saying is this: is that what do you mean? It's a vague statement.
Well, I can say that too. I don't like another game, so I'm just gonna play another game. Well, anybody can say that. If I don't want to smoke this cigarette, I don't want to drink something, I'll drink something else.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean it's not gonna. It's still popular. It's still gonna be popular.
No, I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is this: is
What I'm
that
trying to get at more, Nick, is what are you gonna specifically play that's gonna challenge it and change it? I just don't see a game out there that's
there,
gonna do that.
personally, I don't see one either. But what I'm trying to say
That's what
is, but what I'm trying to say is this: is that they're going to have to change their attitude on it because what I'm trying to say is this: is that us mid-range players and us that are casual but good, we're the ones that are suffering from SBMM. We're the ones that are saying, "Screw it, I'm going to go play something else." And we're not. Not all of us are playing FPS games. Some of us are playing RPGs. Some of us are going back and playing all the Assassin's Creeds and stuff like that. We're not playing it because we're sick and tired of going in and then it being a competition, even though there is no competitive aspect to it because there's no rank system, there's no tournament system that's built into the game. There's no it's who cares? Who cares? That's what I'm saying. Is that if unless you have a truly competitive system, like you have a rank system and you have a clear path and paid tournaments like CS:GO, like Siege, like truly competitive games do, who cares? It's not going to prevent you from getting a job in the real world. It's not going to if you lose a game of Warzone, someone's not coming by and stealing your house. I mean,
actually not very true. That's actually not is no. That's actually I can actually disprove that. One person lost a game. They found out where they lived. They called the cops on them. You know what the cops did? Dude, they sent a SWAT team and they killed the guy. Just because this guy lost, he found out where the guy lived, called the police on him, saying, this guy is breaking in this house. SWAT team comes in and kills the guy.
I hope he gets life in prison.
He did. Well, I don't know but he should have. But I'm saying, dude, there's real life fucking consequences to this shit.
I'm
I mean, it's
sorry.
not, and
I'm
I'm just happy.
sorry. But
That is crazy to hear that, but it actually is a true story.
it doesn't surprise me. Does it surprise me? No. Because they've done it in the past. Call of Duty has had this problem in the past. Because there's too many people that take this way too seriously. And that's the problem. Everybody treats every competitive game as if it's a tournament, and it's like, no, it's not. Just take your lumps, learn from them, and let's move on. Can we stop being whiny little crybabies all the time about everything? Can those of us that are just playing because we just want to do something funny, or we just want to hang out with our buddies, or we just want to, make something cool and funny for the internet, can we just have it back? And can we let all the extremists go away? Because I'm so sick of it. I really am.
Your friends are gonna go back to Call of Duty.
Actually, a couple of them have said they won't.
Okay, I don't believe that.
Actually, I do, because one of them was Andy. And when Andy says he's not going to do something, he doesn't do it. Like I said that I wanted to play Warzone, and he said he wouldn't touch Warzone anymore, and we haven't played, and it's been 6 months. I haven't played with Andy in 6 months.
Okay.
So
I better not hear Andy saying, "Oh, let's play this new Call of Duty because let me give it a try." I better not hear that.
No, no. Me and him. I basically made a promise with him. I said we won't play until Battlefield comes out like next year.
Yeah, but Battlefield, if that goes the same way, then what are you gonna do?
Battlefield won't. They never have.
I'm not
They
gonna believe
created
that.
they created a
I'm not
rank
gonna believe
system.
that. Nah, if, like I said, dude, if Call of Duty keeps rising more, I don't know. I think Battlefield might switch.
Nah, they won't do it.
Okay,
They don't have the server structure for it.
okay.
And really neither does Activision, but Activision did it anyways.
Hmm.
And that's being
Okay.
proven by their fucking bullshit.
Hey, I will leave it at that. We could talk about something else, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But I can see it happen if, like I said, this becomes even more popular.
Dude,
And they do that.
I'm just
I'm not trying
done.
to make you mad, Nick. I'm just saying. I'm talking as an objective business person here.
And you know what? Your objective business person can
Listen.
go
Oh,
shove it straight up their
kick
keister.
ass. How I know you're gonna say that?
They can shove it straight up their keister. Because you know what they're doing? And this is the part that bothers me the most. And I know you want to move on, but we're not going to move on until I get this off my chest. And I know I do this at least twice a week. But the biggest reason why I don't like it, and the reason why I don't like it when companies do it, is because no matter how any of this goes down, no matter how they do this, no matter how they spin it, no matter how anyone puts it, it's still going to end up being exactly the same way. And it's going to end up with people who Call of Duty will never get rid of the crazies. That's never going to happen. They're never going to get rid of the crazies. Because that game is marketed to idiots. But you just not going to argue with me on that one?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna argue with that.
Okay, good. So we can move on. But because the game is marketed to people that just idiots might have been harsh, but it's marketed to people that's their idea of what a video game should be, and that's all they want. That's it. That's all they need, right? That's therein lies the problem. The problem with Call of Duty is that the only the only thing that game rewards is reaction times, and that's it. So if you're not very athletic and you're not very, say sociable, but you have the reaction times of a jet fighter, fighter pilot, then you
Oh,
can then you can win no matter what. Okay? So, take those people, put them in a rank system like every other competitive game on the fucking planet, and make it a competitive game for them, not the rest of the fucking world that is playing this casually. Let them duke it out amongst themselves. I just want to come on and play whenever I feel like it, and have every game be a 50-50 chance at winning instead of going up against everybody and their brother who is either on my level or slightly above it. Because SBMM can lick my balls. And unless you have a rank system or a competitive system built into the game, it just doesn't make any sense. And that's just
okay.
me. It just
I mean, like I said,
it
you
just
can yell it at their headquarters, and they'll just laugh at you.
yeah, well, I think Activision's I don't think Activision's going to be long for this world. Let's just put it that way. Especially with this whole loot box thing going on around the world and their antitrust stuff, and
And they'll blow over.
The antitrust stuff won't, because that's a tax thing. And we all know how the state of California and the U.S. government loves their taxes.
Okay, we cannot talk about California in this one. I am done talking about California.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where their headquarters is.
Yeah, but dude, like, I'm done talking about California. Everything's about California these days.
Yeah. Because they're a bunch of lily-livered pussies.
Dude, let's just move the hell on.
Okay. We'll move on. I want to talk about Obsidian. I just want to have a little bit of a discussion about old games that I found a lot of fun and that I think people should go back and play. So the one that I want to talk about today is Obsidian, because they made the first they made the first 2 or 3 Fallouts. I know it was definitely Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas. They definitely made those. But I just wanted to talk about it because those were actually the fun days of Fallout. That was when Fallout used to be fun. And the mod support was there and everybody was having a good time with it. Right? Then Fallout 4 happened and it was just not awesome. Fallout 4 is definitely a much better game than Fallout 76, which that game can lick my nuts, because it's terrible. I didn't even spend 5 minutes with that game and I knew it was terrible. As soon as I started hearing about the multiplayer and all that stuff, like I was like, oh my god, this is gonna snowball.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to throw that recommendation out there that if you guys go back and you want to play something fun, Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas are fun. And I think there's still actually a lot of mod support for those games too. So
Yeah, but Outer World is, I think.
Outer World is good too. If you want to pick a publisher to play games from nowadays, I would say definitely Obsidian. Obsidian is really good. Those guys have been they've been on their game the last couple of weeks, or the last year or so. They made a big comeback with Outer Worlds.
They did. They really did.
Outer Worlds was really good. I did end up finishing it. I didn't finish it on stream, but I did end up finishing it. So and I did really, really enjoy it. So I thought it was a very well thought out story. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody because I don't know if anybody is really, I don't know how many people have really finished it. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know.
It was a weird ending, though.
It was. That was weird. We don't need to talk. We're not going to talk about it, okay? But we're going to offer an opinion. It was weird. It was.
It was a slight twist.
There was a twist. The twist definitely came out of left field too. At least I thought. I thought it came way out of left field, if you ask me. But it was worth it. It was worth it. And it definitely felt. None of it really felt forced, which I was happy about. Like it didn't feel like they had to. It didn't feel like you had to do a whole lot of soul searching for that one. But no, I had a lot of fun with that game. What?
Yeah. No, I did too. I thought the comments were funny.
Yep. The art direction.
Good.
The art direction was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking for something to play, you can give that one a shot too. That
What
one's.
was your favorite gun?
I liked that.
The mind control.
That one was cool, but I liked that like bubble gun thing, like
yeah.
yeah. I also loved the shrink ray. The shrink ray was cool too.
Oh my god.
Um, the shrink ray was fun. Like I just remember whipping that thing out against like the really really big enemies. I can't remember the planet, but there's like these really big like hell dog things that come after you every once in a while. I just used a ray gun on them, and they turn the shrink ray on them, and they turn into ants. It was awesome. And then you could just crush them with your feet. It was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved that. That was fun. But yeah, that was just my 2 cents on that whole deal. So if you guys are looking for something to play, because Cyberpunk isn't out yet, we're not going to see that till November 18th. So you guys are going to have to get stuck into something else for a little bit. Well, that finds its way to the market. I think that's all I've got, honestly. Like, the rest of it would just be me rambling about some random topic, and I don't really feel like doing that. So, yeah, that's what I've got. So yeah, I mean, unless you've got something going on right now that you want to talk about, I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah, I don't. There's not much going on right now.
No, we're kind of stuck in a dead zone, at least for a little while. We'll have more to talk about as the week goes on, obviously, but we just haven't played a whole lot. Haven't really been hitting it that hard lately. So, but anyways, we will see all of you later, because I know Matt wants to watch football. So, we will see all of you guys later on.